Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob from RGG, and I am making my Battletech video for this week that I promised I was going to make to show how insanely overboard I can take things with the help of some friends, obviously. So, like I said in my last Battletech video, I used to have, a couple of years ago, I had a massive amount of Battletech stuff, and I had fallen on some hard times and had to sell stuff. So I had no one to play with at the time, so Battletech was the first thing to go. And I hated that. I've always hated it because I love Battletech and I really wanted to have it back. And I had been lamenting about that and watching DM James and his great videos he does on Battletech. And I had said something to him about getting the rule book from him because I have a 3D printer, so I knew I could print mechs. But and like I said in that video, he sent me a copy of Game of Armored Combat, which is the core game, the main game. And it comes with a bunch of mechs in it, and the rules and everything. You know, they're really great looking mechs. This is a new camera, by the way, so I'm not sure how great everything's going to show up on it. Maybe like that. Might be just too much glare from the sun. But yeah, fantastic looking mechs in the box. Everything you need to play. And it just started me down the rabbit hole again. So we got that. I immediately ordered the beginner box, which comes with a couple more mechs. And beginner rules, another map, and some beginner sheets, which are fantastic for playing with kids. They mainly just cover the outer armor. They don't deal with internal systems or heat. So it's really good for just teaching basic movement, range, shooting, and how to take off armor from hits. And as far as demoing the game goes, I think it's fantastic. I've used it before. I used to use this to demo at our local shop all the time. So I picked up a couple other things, but before that happened, my buddy Josh Crosby, which I want to give a shout out to because I love you, brother. You're awesome. I hate that you moved where you moved to because now it's too hard for us to get together in game. But he messaged me and he said he thought he had some Battletech books that he wasn't using and I could get them from him. So I was like, cool. And then about a week later, he hit me up and he was like, hey man, are you busy today? I'm in town. I was like, no, I'm just sitting around the house doing some videos and stuff. And he said, okay, well, I got that Battletech stuff. I'm going to bring it by. So he brought it by, and it's a ton of stuff. Some of it came from the last starter they did, I believe. I got a bunch of these sheets that have breakdowns of Inner Sphere and clan weapon loadouts. And they're on hard cardstock. That's really cool. Got a beginner's rule book, I think from the last introductory box they did. I think this came out of the introductory box. It's pretty much just fluff. This is like this is great to hand to somebody if they don't know about the storyline behind Battletech. You can hand that to them, let them check it out real quick. Let's see, this was in there, and this is very cool. I have not put it up yet. And it's probably going to be hard to see the whole thing on here. But they did a bunch of these blueprints for different mechs. And this is the one for the Battlemaster, I believe. Yeah, Battlemaster. And it's very, very awesome. And that thing's like in mint condition. Probably going to replace that Cthulhu thing. I got to get a frame for this one and replace it with that. Also in there was the classic Battletech RPG, which I believe is the 3rd edition. So it's going to be good for pulling maybe fluff from and stuff, but that's not the RPG rules that I'm going to be using for the game. I had borrowed my son's Total Warfare, but got a hardback copy of Total Warfare from him. Got a hardback copy of the tech manual, which is a cool book. Strategic Operations also, and this thing is massive. I may do some look at the books on these when I get a chance. But I mean, it's just a ton of Battletech stuff. And then I ordered some stuff too. I also ordered Mech Warrior Destiny, which I just got in. And this is the newer version of the role-playing game, which is a much more simplified version than the old one. But I actually have some interest in my group for playing this, so I was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and grab that. So we got Destiny. Now, Destiny is the role-playing game. DM James has done some fantastic videos explaining it, so I suggest you go over to his page and check him out if you want to know more. Just a brief rundown. It's a simple, easy, pretty narrative system for playing the role-playing game where you're not always in the mech, you're out doing other stuff. But it has its own like narrative version for mech combat, but I mean, it's Battletech. Why would you not want to put toys on the table, right? So they also include optional rules for when you go into mech combat, switching to classic Battletech on the hex grid, or for playing Alpha Strike, which is this is the newest version of Alpha Strike, the Commander's Edition. And I had this before; it was a different cover. They've changed the cover now. The one I had was the 35th anniversary. This is the newer one, but I like Alpha Strike. Alpha Strike is really fast play, and it's the only way that I will play with clans because it kind of evens the battlefield a little bit, so to speak. Because playing clans with classic Battletech battle mechs is the game's just kind of broken in my opinion until you get later on where the inner sphere catches up technologically. But I will play against clans or even play clans with Alpha Strike because it's such a simplified version of the game meant to be played on a tabletop with 3D terrain, much like you do like 40K and stuff like that. So I'll probably be running Destiny for the role-playing part and Alpha Strike for the mech combat. But then I also needed more mechs, right? I mean, why would you not need more mechs? And I'm a 3D printer now. Again, I was schooled quite a bit by James. He taught me a lot. And I spent many hours in YouTube videos and learning to 3D print. And a lot of my learning was trial and error. I've come a long way from my first prints and popping my FEP screens and things like that. I've learned a whole ton of stuff now. So I needed more mechs than what was just in the box. What was just in the box was cool, but I knew if I was going to be doing the role-playing game that I was going to want some stuff to put out on the table. So most of this is free. You can go on Thingiverse or My Mini Factory, just type in Battletech or MWO, Mech Warrior Online, or Mech Warrior, and most of this will pop up, and it's free files. You can download them, print them as many times as you want to, obviously. So if you do any 3D printing and you're into Battletech or interested in Battletech, yeah, get you some core rules, the main box set, like the Game of Armored Combat, and then just go crazy printing stuff, because you will. But I printed a bunch of like little buildings. I printed like 3 of these, and then I had a set of 3, like these office buildings. Now none of this has been cleaned up yet. I got to clean it up and do painting work on it. But I mean, these are some pretty cool futuristic looking buildings. So I printed like 6 of those little ones and then 3 of the big ones. So I got a bunch of buildings to put out on the table. I've even printed some little LRM tanks, some little LRM boats. Mainly, I don't play with them too much in the tabletop game, but in the role-playing game I probably will use them. I also, instead of buying them, I print my own hexes or hex bases, which I don't really know whether it's cheaper to buy them or print them, but I was in a hurry, so I just went ahead and started printing them, and I can print like, I don't know, 8 or 10 at a time. But then I started printing mechs, and you got some good looking models on there. It really doesn't, like, you can't see it all that well. I don't know how well I like that about this camera. But like, you got, that's a Warhammer. I printed a couple of those. Probably, and the ones I printed multiples of I'll probably do for different factions. I printed a couple of riflemen. I think 3 riflemen. Let's see, you got one of my favorite mechs, a catapult with the ERPPCs. Then I printed a Night Star, which is also one of my favorite mechs. I have a lot of favorite mechs, I guess. Some Marauders, which I hadn't even put these guys on bases yet, with some different weapon loadouts on them. And, I mean, I had to print an Irby mech, because why would you not print an Irby mech? I mean, they're garbage, but they're fun garbage. Little Locust. Let's see, what else? We got a Mad Dog. And it's a shame I can't get the detail, because you can actually see the missile pods and stuff in there, the missiles in the pods. A very cool Mad Cat. Got an Uller up here. Got 3 of these guys. I hadn't put these on bases yet, but I got some Archers. So I got 3 of those. Printed another Shadowhawk because I love the Shadowhawk. It's a cool mech. One of my favorites. And then I printed a couple of Atlases. Because, you know, why not? They're Atlases. You know, everybody wants an Atlas, right? And because I'm me, I also printed some bigger versions, which are going to be display pieces. It's a big old Mad Cat. And then I got a big old Rifleman here that I printed. And I'm going to paint these up, and these are going to be kind of like some of my display stuff that I just set around the game room because I really like them. I am currently printing like an 8-inch Atlas, and I think it's going to look pretty tight. Is that it? That's not it. No, that's not it. That's not everything. So I broke my word. I swore that I would never give Sony money again because I hate Sony. But they had Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries for the PS4, and it was like $20. So I ended up buying it. Is this the best game ever? No. It's about standard mech game. I could go on about the graphics. Some of the graphics are good. Some of them are not so good. Really, the most irritating thing about it to me is the way your movement works with the 2 toggles, because one changes the direction of your feet and one changes the direction of your upper torso. And it's very easy to spin the wrong direction. You have to really play with it and get used to it. However, I will say that once you get used to it, the game is a lot of fun. It's like any of the old Mech Warrior games. It's a lot of fun. You have a garage where you buy new mechs, change things out on mechs, paint schemes, all kind of stuff like that. The main reason I got this, though, was because my son, who's 12, is shown some interest in getting into Battletech with me. So I got this because he loves playing video games. And I've played around with it a little, but he has been tearing through it. He wakes up every morning and comes in and starts talking to me about different mechs and stuff and armaments that he's putting on them. And he is having a blast with it. And that's fantastic because it's another way that me and him can connect. And it makes him want to play the tabletop version even more. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I ate up a lot of resin doing this, and I'm probably going to eat up a lot more resin before it's all said and done, because why would you not just keep printing mechs if you can? Because I can give mechs away. You know, if I got friends that want to get in the game, you need your own lance? Well, let's put you a lance together. Boom, here you go. And that gives me people to play with. So it's kind of a, you know, twofold thing there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I've been going kind of crazy with the Battletech Mech Warrior stuff. Like I said, I've been printing. My printer's been running nonstop for about a week, just, you know, pumping stuff out like crazy. The beautiful thing about 3D printing is once you get it down and you know what you're doing, man, you can get your file set up. You can turn that thing on and just, you know, you can go to church. You can go out to the movies, go out to eat, whatever you want to do. Come back. Oh, my print's done. So it's pretty awesome. If you're not into 3D printing, all of these mechs can be bought. You can get them from like Iron Wind Metals, and now Catalyst is putting out these plastic packs. I think they're like $20 or $30 that have a lance in them or a star for the clans. And they look good too. They're the same type designs that you get in the new starter box. You also get the Alpha Strike cards with them and stuff too. However, you don't have to have those, because you can go on their website. I can't remember the name of the website now, but there's a website that's all Battletech stuff, and you can pull up TROs or the sheets for any mech. And you can also pull up the Alpha Strike card, and you can, if you have the Alpha Strike book, I don't know if it's available online or not, but it has a thing in the back of it, much like character sheets and stuff do, where you can just print out blank, if I can open it, if you can print out like blank cards, and then you can fill in the information, put them in a card sleeve. I've done that before too, instead of just buying more packs of cards, because those can get kind of expensive or hard to find. But yeah, I've been having a blast with the Battletech stuff. Thank you, James, for giving me that push to get back into it, because I love this game. It's got such a rich universe that it's going to be fun to tell stories in it. I always tell people it's kind of like Game of Thrones, but in space, and you know, giant stompy robots. So there you have it. If you get a chance to check it out, James has got a lot of videos. I'm going to be doing more videos on Battletech. I'm not sure on exactly what yet. Probably on some of the paint schemes and stuff I'm using. And, you know, I'm definitely going to have a couple lances that are House Karita, you know, Draconis Combine, because that's what I love. But I'm going to do some of the other ones too. But I think for the role-playing game, I might have them be like their own merc company. I think that's an easier way to do it, especially when some of the players don't know the backstory to all the houses and stuff, is letting them be a merc company and learn about it through role-playing. So that's pretty much all I got on this one. If you got any questions that I can answer, drop them in the comments below, and I will get to them as soon as I can. I hope you had fun looking through my Battletech stuff, because I always have fun looking through my Battletech stuff. And again, thank you, James, for hooking me up and getting the fire under me lit and going again. Because I do love this game, and I absolutely love that my youngest son is definitely getting into it, and it's giving me another way to connect with him and play games with him, so that's fantastic. If you'd like to contact me outside of the comments, the link for Rob's Game Group page on Facebook is in the description, along with the link to Midst of Wolves, which is my faith-based channel, and then the Amazon wish list for Rob's Game Group. If you'd like to help support the channel, you could pick something up off of there, and Amazon will send it to me, and then I can talk about it on here, or do a review or whatever, or use it for something, for making a video. Until next time, my friends, good gaming and good luck.